Hello indie game fans, welcome back to I Dream of Indie, or if it's your first time here at the channel, welcome. I am Ole Gamer Joe, here with another review for you today as we look at HyperBrawl Tournament, released onto the Steam PC platform where we played it, the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4 as of October 20th of 2020. The game was developed and published by Milky T Studios. The only price available at the time of this review was for the Nintendo Switch version. I'm pretty confident it's the same across the board though, $24.99, and this is a multiplayer sports arcade action style game. In HyperBrawl Tournament, you'll play as one of the Earth's mightiest heroes, or actually the universes, and no, it's not the Avengers, but you do have a pretty good assortment of different characters in this game. Of course, the goal, pun intended, is pretty simple here. You're trying to throw a spherical ball into your opponent's net and trying to score more points than that team. But where HyperBrawl Tournament makes things a little bit more interesting and perhaps different from other games of this genre is the fact that there's some combat mixed in here. It almost reminded me a little bit of, I don't know, I'm old so I'll make an old comparison here, the Mutant League games back in the day, Mutant League Football, how you could kind of take your opponents out. Not nearly as violent as those games, but still you get the point. You can KO an opponent for a short duration of time and take advantage of that situation to try to score goals. If you happen to not have any friends, you can have up to 1 to 4 players in this game locally, or you can also play the game online if you wish. There are some decent single player options in this one actually, as you can throw in AI opponents and go through an entire single player season. Now, I know I touched on the basic combat a little bit there, but there's even more to it because you can actually pick up weapons in this game, and there's tons of skins and other things to be unlocked as well with currency that you'll earn. But these weapons are all unique from one another. You might find a hammer that can cause some serious damage, or a grappling hook that can hit opponents from a distance. There's actually quite a bit to be unlocked in this game. It will keep you busy for some time, whether it be skins for all of the different characters, actual characters themselves that can be unlocked, and it can all be earned for free, so you gotta respect that. HyperBrawl Tournament packs quite a punch in terms of content. Each round will last you about 90 seconds in this game, and the first team to get to 3 wins the entire game. Now sure, maybe this game is trying to cash in on the Rocket League craze. It does share some similarities, there's no denying that, but I do think there's enough different here to make it pretty entertaining. I had a good time blocking shots as well as trying to throw them into the goal, attacking my enemies, and using my different weapons. It all feels pretty good. And as fun as the game is to play, it also offers up good incentive to keep playing. I enjoyed the fact that there are 7 different game modes to go through, including that single player campaign, an arcade mode, an online blitz mode, as well as private matches that you can do. Overall, while this isn't the deepest gameplay I've experienced, it is an easy enough title for anyone to pick up and enjoy, and I do think other players will still like learning all of the different techniques and challenging themselves against the tougher AI opponents. As far as the graphics go, I just think this one looks alright, not exceptional. The arenas are decent looking, the character models are okay, and a sort of a cartoony aesthetic going on here, some decent special effects, but don't expect anything too impressive. That's not really what they're going for here. It's charming enough, but it's not going to blow you away. Nothing screams next gen about it or anything like that, but it looks alright. I will say that a decent amount of effort went into the character models and all of the different clothes and weapons that you can unlock in the game, but that's really about it. Nothing exceptional here, a very basic cartoony look. If you are playing the PC version like I was, you have a few options to pick through here. Of course, you can choose the different resolution, as well as if you want to play in full screen mode or windowed. There's a visual quality setting, VSync of course, anti-aliasing, bloom, all of that can be adjusted, so a decent amount of options here, but nothing too in-depth or nothing that's going to make the game look incredible. I do have to point out though that perhaps my biggest issue with HyperBrawl Tournament was the fact that the camera is so zoomed out and it can be easy to lose track of your ball. My co-op partner felt the same way. You can adjust this camera to either the low or high setting, and the low setting is a little bit better, but on the whole I still find that the game is just far too zoomed out. It's not the end of the world, some of you may not be bothered by it at all, but it was a little bit of an issue that I had with this title. I'll also say that there is an announcer in this game, and you'll be hearing those same old quotes over and over again pretty quickly in this one, so that gets a little bit annoying. It's kind of funny and charming at first, almost reminds you a little bit of NBA Jam or something like that, but the laughs wear thin really quickly. The overall sound presentation is not half bad here though. There's some decent sound effects implemented, and the music in the background, electronic mostly, is not half bad. It will probably sort of drift off and you won't notice it because you're so focused on the action, but from what I did hear, it's pretty decent actually. Overall, I kind of enjoyed HyperBrawl Tournament. Actually, it's good, silly fun. I forgot to even mention that each character does level up individually, so you do have a bit of a stat element to this game as well. Whether you're playing as Toro the Bull or Lido the Lucha Libre wrestler, each character has their own unique abilities and feel, and that makes the game a lot of fun in its own right, but also you have a ton of those unique weapons and arenas like I mentioned. It's fun to use the grapple gun, the sentry shield, the boost bomb. They're all different from one another, and that makes it a really entertaining experience, and there's plenty of incentive to keep playing because there is so much to be unlocked. If you enjoy this style of game, or you're a fan of games like Rocket League or other sports titles, I do actually recommend this one, whether you're playing it with friends locally, or even enjoying the online features, or just battling against the AI. Of course, it's more fun with friends, but still, they did a decent enough job here offering up some single-player content. Now get out there and fulfill your quest for glory.
1. Brawl! Can't touch this. Interception. Your weapon is fully charged. Weapon ready. Oof, right on the noggin.
So will you be checking out HyperBrawl Tournament? Let us know down in the comments section below, and if you have enjoyed our video coverage today, consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps us to bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming. There's a ton of other ways that you can support I Dream of Indie down in the description box below. That includes checking out our memberships or even our merchandise store, but however you end up supporting us, it means the world. We thank you so much.
Did somebody